Hi, I'm Randy.
And I'm Phil.
And I'm Cindy.
And you're watching Word of Mouth. It's a story of Jean Valjean and the trials he went through being an innocent person who didn't mind a crime, stole a loaf of bread, and the suffering he went through.
They show him from a young man who on the run to being a member of the community who's revered and admired.
It's about the haves and the have-nots and the underdog and the struggle for freedom, liberty.
The book was wonderful. The movie was good. This was sensational.
Vocally, the cast members, I felt a great majority of them were young. Their voices were not mature, and the singing came on not as confident as I remember it in the past.
You know, I've heard a lot of media about the fact that this was a more multi-ethnic cast, but I have to tell you, the last time I saw this show, it also was. So I'm not really sure if that's just PR or if that's reality.
I thought the Jean Valjean character was a little weak in certain areas. In certain areas, he came forth very loud and very clear, but I felt his voice was not what I had expected.
He has a very powerful voice and a real command of the language, which of course is the English language, but he somehow makes it sound better than the way the rest of us speak it. And you can see he's really enjoying the role. He's into it. Norm
Lewis played the part of the inspector following Jean Valjean, and he did a wonderful job.
The main standout character in my mind was Javert. His performance, his voice, the way he came across on stage.
Daphne Rubin Vega plays Fantine, Cosette's mother, and she has a very unusual voice. She sounds like Dusty Springfield. She's the only one of the cast that doesn't have a traditional Broadway voice, and I really enjoyed listening to her.
The other standout for me in the performance was Aaron Lazar. He played the leader of the revolution, and his voice was just highly trained, came across with a lot of emotion, a lot of expression.
Thénardier and his wife are very funny, and thank God that they insert that at certain points, because otherwise we'd be blubbering through the whole thing.
Another part I really enjoyed is the swing. Well, you'd have a very dramatic scene. Really, you can feel the emotion. And then you went to a funny scene.
The songs are just so powerful, just so overwhelming. You get wrapped up in the performances and in the music.
The power of the set, the lights, and the music really overwhelmed me. I was crying through half the show.
The set, the staging, just the imagination of the set design people was incredible.
It was wonderful. The scenery was so true to life, not like a real battle today, but as it would have been in the 1700s or 1800s. It was good.
The stage was smaller, although the extensions of the stage made it appear larger, as I remembered. It had a smaller, more intimate atmosphere, which I really liked.
The first thing somebody said to me when I sat down, this man sitting next to me said, "I'm so glad it's back." So I think there were a lot of the faithful there tonight.
I think people love this show because they can relate to it. In some way, it's the struggle of life. It's always having your past haunting you, always trying to struggle to attain something greater in life that sometimes just seems out of your reach, no matter how hard you work for it.
It's better than I thought it would be. I mean, reading the book, I knew the story. Haven't seen the movie of it. I knew the story, but this was a different sensuous feeling.
I hear it may be a short run. I'm hoping that it stays on Broadway longer so that more people can get to see it.
It's only going to be running for 6 months from what I understand, and I would tell anybody who asked, go see it before it closes. I think you'll really like it.